Okay, now in this video, sizowenza question 2 from a question paper grade 11, November 2015. So, masiqale-ke 2.1. With 2.1, but simplify without using a calculator. And then with 2.1.1, sine exponential expression. T 2 exponent n plus 2 times 4 exponent n plus 1, all divided by 8 exponent n minus 1. So now into soyenza la eyokuqala ukuthi change this 8 and this 4 lama base way2 komele so rewrite as ama prime bases. So sizoba no 2 exponent n plus 2 times 2 exponent 2 exponent n plus 1, all divided by about 2 exponent 3 n minus 1. So 4 now I'm rewrite as a power with a prime base who's about 2 exponent 2, and then 8 now I'm rewrite as a power with a prime base who's about 2 exponent 3. So now the next thing is we'll remove these brackets now by multiplying the exponents. So who's about n plus 2, and then for this bracket this is over no 2 exponent 2 times n times 1. So who's about 2n plus 2, all divided by 2 exponent 3n minus 3. This 3 will multiply lo n, siba no 3n. This 3 will multiply lo 1, siba no minus 3. Same thing siyenzile nakhona phezulu. So now bheka-ke manje lana ku-numerator singa apply the first law, angithi ngoba the powers lama powers aku-numerator ana the same basis, they have the same basis, so singa add the exponents. So ngizoba no n plus 2 plus 2n plus 2, all divided by 2 exponent 3n minus 3 equal to, so ngizoba no, this is a like term, lawa ma like terms lawa ngizoba no 3n bese la ngizoba no 4, all divided by 2 exponent 3n minus 3 is equal to 2 exponent 3n plus 4. So now bheka, after sengiqeda solve for the numerator by applying the first law, so now the second law singayi apply ama exponent west divider ama powers with the same base ngenzani, I subtract the exponents. So ngizoba no 2 exponent 3n plus 4 negative times negative 1 times positive 3n, 3 minus 3n, and negative 1 times negative 3 ngizoba no positive 3. So it's gonna be equal to this, izocancela this. Also add ama like terms akhona kule exponent yethu le, uyayibona. So lena le izokhanselana ngoba this one i-positive and this one i-negative and ayafana, so azokhanselana. And then 4 plus 3 is 7, which is equal to 2 exponent 7, it's 128. So now I think erase a line and then send the next question. Okay, so now so 2.1.2 lana sidila namasat ke, sidila namasat. So whenever ubona a question inama roots nama expressions ngaphansi kwalawo ma roots, just keep in mind or just try ukuloka apply ama sad laws, right? So sizowenza this question lena 2x minus 1. So it's gonna be equal to, so angisho ama-exponent ama-side law, if you multiply ama-roots, ne, if you multiply ama-roots afanayo, like ngina 2 yama-square roots la ayamultiplyana, ne, nakamultiplyana so ngiyakhona okay, le law ithi uma umultiply ama-roots afanayo, ne, let's say ngine-square root saka A ne-square root saka B, answer yami uzoba the square root of A times B. So the square root less nangis multiply na le square root less, it's the same thing as the square root of what's under the product of what's under the two roots. So it's gonna be x plus square root 2x minus 1 times x minus square root 2x minus 1, right? It's equal to, so this is gonna be the square root of, okay, uma uthatha ukubheka le bracket leli nale bracket leli ayafana, the only difference yini ama-signs nje kuphela, ne, the only difference ama-signs. So ngathini, this thing lama brackets ayafana nani nama-factors of a difference of two squares. So into engayenza la, instead of applying what's this man, i-distributive law, thina singavele si-multiply ngokuthi x times x is equal to x squared, and then this square root times this square root ngizothola ukuthi it's a negative 2x minus 1 ngoba lama brackets lawa ayafana namalo kanje, ayafana nama-factors of a difference of two squares, and then uma multiply ama-brackets are lead to a difference of two squares, uvele multiply the first terms way 2 and the last terms way 2, then kuzoba i-final answer yakho. Ngoba na uzo multiply lama-brackets lawa using i-distributive law, the middle term izo-dissipate or izo-canceleka, ne? So now the next step is going to be equal to, so just to explain this bracket as to why ngithi le bracket lela multiply na this kusala a 2x minus 1, it's a special case yama-side. Let's say sino square root 3 times square root 3, nang multiply lama bracket lama square roots way 2 lawo ngizothola a 3, ngoba nangizothi 3 times, angisho applying this law ela phezulu, ne, angisho sitheni multiply what ama-roots wami ayafana, so ngizomultiply lo 3 nalo 3 ngithole ngayiki a 9, and the square root of 9 is ngayiki, it's 3. So nala it's the same thing nakhona. So asi-simplify again this one without wasting any time. So ngizoba no minus 2x no plus 1, so it's gonna be equal to the square root of, so by the way, this is a perfect square, this is a perfect square, check this out again, this is a perfect square times half squared is equal to, now multiply what's inside the bracket ngithola a negative 1, so now square this negative 1 ngithola a positive 1, and this positive 1 iyalingana na the last term, so sithi yini, sibiza ngokuthi perfect square le. So ama-factors wala azoba so ke ama-factors wakhona kuzoba u-x squared, right, plus 1 squared, right, plus 1 squared, it's gonna be equal to, what's the square root of any squared, it's that squared number. So now final answer yethu le, ne, this is our final answer. Angisho uma ufuna ama-factors wakho in a trinomial ufuna 2 ezinamba uzothi na uzimultiplya zikunikeze a positive 1, and the same numbers ozothi na uzi-add zikunikeze a minus 2, no sorry la, it's supposed to be a negative 1, so answer yethu is gonna be x minus 1 instead of plus. instead of a plus, right? So now I'm a factors way to, so it's basically 2 yama brackets, but then ngoba yafana it's gonna be a squared. Now uzama ukufactorize this trinomial uzothola 2 yama brackets afanayo. It's a perfect square, remember that. Okay, now asenzeni question 2.2. Question 2.2. Ku 2.2 bathi given p is equal to the square root of 5 over x plus 2 plus x over 3, and then go 2.2.1. But for what values of x will p be a real number? So I think pale p wethu la, which is equal to the square root of 5 over x plus 2 plus x over 3. Okay, bheka. Angisho we have two class yamalokanje yama numbers. Sine real numbers and then sinani sinama non-real numbers. Angithi sinama real numbers. Bheka, if ulokanje u-x awu minus 2, the denominator izoba ubani? Izoba u-0. So a number now you divide ngo-0 izoba undefined, and then thus making u-p abe non-real. So in order for in order for u-p ahlale a real, ama x values wethu, especially this part must always be positive. Ngoba yangaba negative, okay, so now ilokanje yakho, this p, if ever u-x plus 2 ne, for whatever x value iyenza this x plus 2 ibe a negative, izowenza the p value ibe non-real ngoba the square root of a negative number, it's non-real, right? So bheka ke manje, to answer 2.2.1 CT, so babuze bathi for what values of x will p be a real number? So CT this one, this x plus 2 must not be equal to 0. Angisho? And then it's pindestini CT x plus 2 for whatever x value must always be positive. Ngoba yangaba negative u-p uzoba non-real. So thina sifuna ama x values azowenza this whole thing ibe a real number. So i-issue ila kakhulu. So u-x plus 2 must not be 0, but kwamele abe greater than 0, right? Kwamele abe greater than 0, and akufuneki ukuthi x plus 2 abe negative. So always u-x plus 2 for whatever x value kwamele ihlale positive. So bheka ke manje, so asichubeke ke la. Let's solve for x. This is an inequality equation, so solve for x. So it's gonna be x greater than negative 2. So u-x wakho kwamele ahlale abe greater than a negative 2. So i-solution yakho ilena ke. Now to answer 2.2.2. But if show that p is irrational if x is equal to 3. This is simple, man. X is equal to the square root of 5 over x plus, okay, so basinikezile bathe x is equal to 3. So la kuno x khona ngizofaka u3. So it's gonna be 3 plus 2 plus 3 over 3. So now you simplify this thing is over square root 5 over 5 plus 1. So p is equal to square root 5 over 5, it's 1, and the square root of 1, it's 1. So answer it is going to be equal to 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2. So this is our final answer. So let me erase and then see solve the last question, 2.3. Okay, so now this is the last question. Yeah, for question 2. This is 2.3. So 2.3 way to numerical powers with greater exponents, with bigger exponents. So mawuthatha ukubheka lana sino 2 exponent 2015 times 5 exponent 2019, and bathini kithi bathi sithole the sum of the digits of this product, ne? What is told the sum of the digits for this product. So in a question efana njengalena, it's always a good idea ukuthi ube sort of like usebenze with a base of 10, ne? With a base of 10. So uma uthatha ukubheka, a base of 10 is obtain only if is multiply the 2 and the 5, right? And the only time esingayenza leyo operation multiply u2 no5 bese sithola a base of 10, it's only if lama exponent ayenzani ayafana, ngoba lama exponent singawathatha siwakhiphe as what, as sort of like a common factor nyana. So but then sisebenzisa an exponential law. Okay, it's equal to asenze so asithi 2 exponent 2015 times 5. Okay, it's gonna be 2015 plus 4. Exponential law, if you multiply powers of the same base, you add the exponent. But then tina when siyenzani, we are working in the backward direction by doing this. So ngiyazi ukuthi 2015 plus 4 unika 2019, right? Ukhumbule i-game plan yami ukuthi ngifuna ukumultiply lo 2 nalo 5 ngibe ne-base of 10, ne? It's easier ukuthi si-answer this question if it's ne-base of 10. So bheka, and then in order ukuthi ngibe naleyo base of 10 kwamele ama-exponent wami abe njani, kwamele afana ama-exponent wami. So it's gonna be 2 exponent 2015 times 5 exponent 2015 times 5 exponent 4, right? If we multiply my powers of the same base, so add my exponent. So I'm allowed to separate this thing, but then ama bases wami kwamele afane. Bheka ke now, le power nale power le inama exponent afanayo. So ngingakhipha this exponent as a common factor ngoba yinto a common between the two, right? Ngayikhipha, so it's gonna be 2 times 5 all raised to a 2015. So now multiply lo 2 nalo 5 ngizoba nani, the base of 10, and it's easier to work with a base of 10, ne? Ukhumbule sifuna uku-adda the digits yale product le. And by the way, uma uzothatha this thing uzama ukuyishaya ku-calculator, i-calculator akangeke ikhona ukuyi-calculator this thing. It's too much for your calculator to handle, ne? So bheka ke manje. Okay, it's gonna be times, so the square, the 5 exponent 4 ngithola 625, ngithola 625, and then 2 times 5 ngithola 10 all raised to exponent 2015 multiplied by 625. So now bheka ke manje, a base of 10 raised to an exponent of 2015 izonginikeza a 1 0 0 0 0 0, izonginikeza abo 0 abaningi. It's gonna be 1 nabo 0 abaningi, right? But then abo 0 bami bazoba 2015, so angeke ngibabhale bonke la, kuzongithatha isikhathi eside ukuthi ngibhale labo 0 abayi 2015. So ngizoyi-representa, ngizothi ngizobhala abo 0 abuyi-3, but then the dotted lines represent, ngitshela ukuthi labo 0 bami bayaqhubeka. So it's times 625, right? So this one now multiply nalo 625 uzothola a 625 nabo 0 abaningi ne. So bheka ke manje, in order ukuthi siphendule le question le bathi add the digits of this product. So iloku sum of digits izoba equal to 6 plus 2 plus 5 plus nalabo 0 labo, but siyazi ukuthi now adda a number no 0 uzothola leyo number leyo. So asibayekeni labo 0, abekho important in answering this question. So nangi-adda la ngithola a ngithola 11 ngithola 13 la. So na i-final answer yethu. So I hope lelo kanje le video le ibe helpful and then ugain something. Now we enjoy it, just leave a like kule video lena, and then thanks for watching. Bye bye.